yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll take for their disease. Rage just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Rip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. I'm down here. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Almost afternoon. It is a beautiful day here in the neighborhood in Tennessee. We've had some beautiful weather. I appreciate those of you that are going to be here, that are going to do a replay, because you know what? This case has yet to get any traction on the YouTube streets with the true crime community. So thank you guys for being here. Those of you that are in the chat, Jeff and Jill, thank you guys so much for always supporting. I appreciate you so much. for being here. And we're going to look at this case. We're going to look at the map. I've already started building the map. I've built 2 angles, and we're just going to kind of do it on live today. And anybody that has any information at all about this young man, you are urged to call the FBI. So let's get it going. Let's get it going really quick because time is always of the essence. He's already been missing for a week now, and he is in Japan. What is his name? His name is Weston. Weston, student at, well, you're going to hear all about him. Here we go. Going to hear all about him. Here we go.
An Alabama family pleading for the return of their son, Weston Higginbotham, who vanished on a trip to Japan with his family to celebrate his younger brother's high school graduation. The Auburn University student last seen on May 29th after traveling to Kyoto. His family believes he may have been hiking and exploring trails in the area. Joining me now from Japan, his parents, Nancy and Keith Higginbotham. Nancy and Keith, as a parent, I obviously cannot imagine the pain, the worry, the angst that you're going through. Nancy, when was the last time you saw your son?
It was on May 29th at the hotel room
Did he
in
say
Kyoto.
Did he say anything, Nancy, about his plans to you, give you any indication as to what he was going to be doing?
No, I mean, we decided to separate. We had been, kind of bickering with each other, and we decided, you go do your thing, we go do our thing. I mean, he's 20 years old. He's extremely well traveled. He's a wonderful navigator. And so we went to the temples, and then he went by the river. We could follow him on Life 360, and he's by the river, and he goes to a couple stores, and then he gets on a train and his location goes dark. It goes completely dark. So we can't follow him, and we're texting him, and we're seeing that our texts aren't going through. We're trying to follow him on Life 360. It's completely dark.
Nancy, 2 follow-ups to what you just said. 1, you said he was by a river. Can he swim?
Oh, he's a triathlete. He just completed his first half Ironman.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then he can swim. But to your earlier thing, you said you were bickering, and at the risk of getting way too personal here, was this a normal bickering that as a 20-year-old I had with my parents on vacation? I wanted to do my thing, or was there something else there?
Yeah.
No,
no. I mean, when you're in a hotel room for the past 6 days in twin beds that are this big, about 4 inches from each other, you're going to just, right.
Keith, you have said your son loved hiking. Did he say he was traveling to Kyoto at any point during this trip for the specific purpose of hiking?
No, but wherever we're at, if there's a trail, he's interested in it. So, and there's a lot of wonderful trails around here, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Hey, Keith, your wife mentioned that his phone location turned off. In your experience with him, was it normal for him to turn off his phone location, or is that just one of those things that he always kept on his phone? Did he shut it off to save battery?
No.
Like, why would it be off?
No, I think it's totally out of character for him to shut it off and leave it off. I believe he probably turned it off because maybe we were sending him too many messages asking him what he was doing and where's he at when he left, and he just wanted some time alone. Turned it off, but it's not something he normally does, and he definitely won't leave it off for extended periods of time because we're just too close to family to do that.
Nancy, we're going to put up some pictures of what he was last wearing. Can you describe what we're seeing in these pictures, what he was wearing the last time you saw him and the last time we have these pictures?
Oh, sure. So he's wearing a white T-shirt. On the back it says "Save the Bees," and then his pants are just lavender corduroy pants with a larger cuff at the bottom. He has 2 silver hoop earrings, and he was wearing some beat up Adidas.
Okay. And Nancy, you wrote in another media publication that he may have been, and I'm using your words here, emotionally distressed. What do you mean by that?
Well, I just meant he just needed time by himself, just like we all did. We just needed some separation. And so his happy place is going on a trail or just going on a hike. And so we just all needed just a little bit of, time away. It's not an abnormal thing to want time. Sure. When you're 20, you're an adult. You can do that.
And Keith, there's obviously a distinction between wanting a little time, wanting a little space, and going missing. Has he ever gone missing for an extended period like this?
Oh, no.
Never.
We stay very well connected, know where each other are in the family at all times, really. You know, he's an Auburn student, and even at Auburn, we know where he's at and what he's doing when he's not home. And, you know, because we share that with each other.
Have you received any information, any leads from Japanese authorities, Keith?
I mean, the authorities here, you know, the Japanese police have been fantastic. They work a little different than in the U.S., and the investigations they keep very close, so they don't provide a whole lot of information. They do their thing and take care of what they need to.
Yeah. And the embassy, you know, typically comes, calls us every night and debriefs us, as well as the FBI, which everybody has been so wonderful. Today, they deployed another 50 police officers. And I was told that, you know, they had mud up to their chest and looking for Weston, and they had the K9 dogs and they had the helicopters today. And unfortunately, we didn't get the news that we wanted to get, that they found him, but they are still searching for him.
Obviously, your goal is to get this information on American media. Have you been able to get his picture, his story circulated on Japanese media?
I have. So I have several, it's on several other local networks as well as major Japanese networks. Today was a very fruitful day for the media in Japan, and I'm very grateful. I call it a win, I guess.
Okay. What do you want the world, the country, Japan, to know about your son?
My son is the most sweet person you could ever meet. He's a vegan. He would kill a mosquito. He's amazing. He's an avid hiker. He's hiked the El Camino Santiago. He's hiked the Pyrenees Mountains. He's hiked Acadia. He is not, he is built to endure, 6 days of being out in the wilderness. The water is very fresh here. He has plenty of water to drink, and he knows how to forage. He can survive. He is out there, and we are going to find him.
Nancy and Keith Higginbotham, our prayers are with you. Our prayers are with your son, Weston, and we pray that he returns home to his family safe and sound and soon. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So here we are, and this boy is he's still missing. He is still missing, guys. There is absolutely from the videos that I've watched with the parents, it does appear, I have adult children. I get it. When they are going through this phase from 18 to 21, there is this, I would even say 17, from 17 to 21, there is this phase that the kids go through, and they want more independence. They want more independence from their parents. Him and his mother had got into an argument about Chatgpt. He is against, Weston is against Chatgpt. He is against the data centers. He is against anything that is going to disrupt our ecosystem. He is very intelligent. And like they said here, he is not at all a weak person that can't hike. He is an avid hiker, an avid swimmer. And like she said, he can forage. He can live off the land. But here's the problem. Here's a big problem that happened. There was a typhoon that came through. Even an avid hiker, a typhoon, Mother Nature, what he loved so much was his worst enemy during this missing period. The only reason why I can think that the phone went off is because he shut it off. Obviously, on the train in Japan, the phone is going to disconnect until he gets off the train and, more, cell towers hit. And then but it seems like he may have turned his phone off because, like his father said, they were constantly texting and he wanted some time. He needed some time to think. about what had just transpired. That's why his mom said that he could have been in emotional distress because of their argument about ChatGPT. Thank you so much, Cree Designs. Thank you for being here. And thank you for gifting a membership. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We really need it. We're on the struggle bus right now, guys. On the struggle bus on this channel because I'm not able to go live as much as I have been going live because of family. You know, we've got a lot of things going on with family. So I do appreciate the support. I thank you so much, so very much. Thank you. Welcome to the Watchers, Sandy. Maybe Sandy will get a notification and come in here. Thank you so much, honey. We really appreciate the support. Welcome to the Watchers. Welcome to the Watchers. And thank you, Jill, for sending that gift. We appreciate YouTube and all the support that you give this channel. We really do appreciate it. So here it is that this boy has been missing. This young man has been missing for quite some time. And let me show you just one more video about his disappearance, and then we're going to get to the astrology and the map because really, I mean, I got some time today that I can put in a little bit more time with this with his map before. Here is another one. Let
20
me.
bucks says he does.
This is with a friend. So this interview is with the U.S. Sun News.
He's a great friend. He's my best friend. He was like a brother to me, and I hope he gets found. And I just hope he's there and safe. And I hope that we can have a good time together like we had back in Alabama. The trip to Japan was gonna be something very amazing. It was gonna be something very fun, but I'm so sorry that it turned out this way.
Authorities in Japan and the FBI are searching for a missing American college student who vanished while on vacation with his family. Weston Higginbotham, a 20-year-old who attends Auburn University in Alabama, was last seen in Kyoto on May 29th after separating from his parents and his younger brother during the trip. According to his family, he disappeared after saying he wanted some alone time following a disagreement about the use of AI. He went to explore Kyoto as his family visited a nearby temple. As the search enters its 6th day, they are growing increasingly concerned. Weston was last seen on CCTV at a train station after visiting a hardware store, but his location then went off, and texts and calls are not being answered. I'm Katie Forrester with the US Sun. Don't forget to like and subscribe for exclusive interviews. To discuss the search effort and the young man behind the headlines, we're now joined by his friend Hiyu Shiraki, who reunited with him in Japan days before he went missing. Can you just tell us how long you've known Weston for? I understand you went to school together.
Because of my father's job, I went to the state of Alabama in the U.S. when I was in 2nd grade, and I've known him since 2nd grade. And I lived in the U.S., Alabama State, for 6 to 7 years, and told him we were best friends. So I'm shocked that this is happening, and I really hope that he gets found soon and the problem is resolved as soon as possible.
Absolutely. We're really hoping that he's found safe and well very quickly. So, whereabouts in Japan do you live? Just talk us through when you last got in touch with him, and were you in touch with him after leaving school? Was it sporadic or?
Right after I went back to Japan, I got some messages. We miss you, things like that, the usual stuff. And because it's in our busy years because of high school, universities, admissions, and around those times we didn't really connect to each other, but I think we were looking at each other's Instagrams and see how each other was doing, and I saw what he was doing. I hope he saw what I was doing as well. And a couple of months ago, I think 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 months ago, I got a message from him on my phone on his number that I got like when I was back in the US. He said he was gonna come to Japan, and I was very excited because I haven't seen him since middle school, probably like 7 years ago, and I get to see him and his family. I got really excited. We planned a dinner, and he came to Japan, I think, on the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. And we met on that night, and we had a blast. We we caught up.
So he's in Japan for a week. He's in Japan for a week before he goes missing. So we can't really include any type of jet lag or anything like that. The young man had a lot of energy. And like I said, it's the typhoon that would have come in that would have defeated, his love for nature would have been the worst enemy at the time, in my opinion. This is all alleged and in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. I don't think that this young man accidentally turned his phone off on the train. I think that he turned the phone off himself. Let's listen to just a few more minutes of him, and then we're going to look at the astrology and the map.
We caught up with like what we were doing. I caught up with his family, his brother, of course, it's all of his family, his mother, and his father as well. And we had such a great time at a restaurant in Shinjuku, which is in Tokyo. Yeah, and right after that, I tried to contact him on how he was doing in Kyoto, because actually I was in Kyoto a couple of weeks ago, and also the typhoon was coming, so I was kind of worried, and I messaged him, "How's the trip going?" And that was after he went missing, and so I didn't get any contact with him after I met him on the 22nd. So yeah, and I've been doing all of what I can to spread awareness about his whereabouts, or just doing anything I can to support in search for him. Yeah.
And how did he seem at the dinner? He was excited. He was on a family vacation. Was there nothing out of the ordinary?
I saw him. It's 7 years, a big long time, but I I saw him as I saw him as my best friend, a brother. Uh, he was such a nice friend. And when I first met him, I felt like nothing has changed. He gotten taller, yes, but nothing out of the ordinary. He was excited to visit a lot of the places in Japan. We discussed that what he was gonna do in Japan, what the family was gonna do in Japan. I also congratulated his brother for graduating high school, and that he was gonna pursue in his education in a university. Like all those like ordinary stuff, catching up, nothing out of the ordinary. But yeah, well, the thing is, we caught up. I was kind of surprised that, well, first of all, I heard that he became vegan, and I was like, oh yeah, that's okay. I respect everything that he does, and I respect anything that he's doing. So like, but yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. We talked about politics. We talked about AI. We talked about a lot of things that's going on in the world, and nothing out of the ordinary, I would say. Yeah.
And he has a good relationship with his parents. I've heard that they're very close. They didn't have a falling out or anything like that.
I thought they were having a great time visiting Japan, and they didn't really have this. I didn't really sense any abnormalities, or what should I say? But yeah, nothing.
Did he talk about going off on his own or wanting to go hiking or anything like that, or exploring?
Well, I think we talked about how the nature was great in Japan, and he said he was excited to see all the nature in Japan. Japan's known for its beautiful like scenery of nature, with its blend with the culture and the nature. I think those are the things that he was excited about, but he never mentioned him going out on his own. He was rather excited to go with his. I felt like, it's my opinion. I felt like he was excited to go with his family, his brother, his mom and dad. So yeah,
It just does seem like a mystery, doesn't it? At the moment, we've heard he had some disagreement with his mum about AI and her use of AI. But it doesn't sound like it was a big argument. It sounded like it was just a bit of a disagreement. And then he said he wanted to go off and have some time on his own while they went to a temple. But then it's basically he went from a train station, went to a hardware store, we don't know what he purchased, then he went to another train station, and then the signal is gone. I mean, where did your mind must go to places, but it does just seem a bit of a mystery at this point.
I think the conversation about AI is very it's controversial. So I don't know like what went down in his conversation with his mother. I respect both of them because I think the use of AI is very controversial topic, and
It is a very controversial topic. And so here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. It is a very controversial topic. And we've got Jupiter conjunct Venus, and the conjunction is only getting tighter. They are coming close. Venus is coming to Jupiter, and of course Mercury is in Cancer. Mercury is going to be in Cancer until mid-August, into August, something like that. It's going to retrograde. So we're going to have some time where we are going to be communicating about home, about land, about our values, about the law with ChatGPT, with these data centers and AI. This is a transformative time period that humanity is in. This is the year of major transformation as we are going into the age of Aquarius. This is, Pluto being in Aquarius this is huge for us as a collective. So he goes missing on the 29th. On June 2nd, the typhoon comes. What happened with him between the 29th and June 2nd? Did he take the trails? Is he in hiding somewhere? Is he just wanting to separate from his parents completely? Is he, has he had it? He just wants a new life. He is an adult now, so he has the right to not call his parents. He has that right, but it does appear that he and his family are close, especially with his mama. You can tell that his mother is, she is distraught. I mean, I know that his dad is too, but you can tell that his mother is highly distraught, and they're very close. So, I can only put myself in that situation and go, damn, this is not good. This is not good. And they're not leaving. They're not leaving Japan until they got their son. So, let's look at the entire screen. Let me share my entire screen with you. And let's look at the astrology for a second. Let's look at the astrology for when he went missing. Okay. Let's do that. Right now, the transits, like I said, let me make sure you've got it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thanks, honey. I didn't have my makeup bag, so I couldn't put any makeup on, but I did brush my hair, brush my teeth, and took a bath. So, it is what it is until we go back later. But yeah, thank you, honey. It's not good in another country. It's not Cree Designs. It's really not. So let's go ahead and look at the transits right now. And you can see, like I said, this conjunction is getting closer and closer. Venus and Jupiter are within 4 degrees of one another. A conjunction is considered a conjunction when they are less than 10 degrees. So even when Venus come to the 14 degree, she was in conjunction. Now she's at a 20 degree and she is coming. She is coming. And there's a lot of expansiveness, lots of emotions. Okay. This is about world health. This is about the world health with the land, with property, with real estate, and our values, the expansiveness with the laws. And this is all surrounding AI. It's all surrounding AI. Pluto is now at a quincunx with Mercury. Okay, so Pluto here is at a quincunx with Mercury because Mercury is at a low 6 degree. But like I said, Mercury is going to be hanging out here for a very long time. Today, there is a lot of devouring energy, lots of devouring energy with home and the United States, their values, and other people's money, home loans. This is about the feds, certainly about the feds. I can definitely see Bill Gates is highly carrying the lunar nodes of fate. I also want to say that we've got a lot of space weather going on too. So I'm not, the dark moon is still in Sag. So this is the meteors. This is the space weather right here. And she doesn't go in retrograde. She's not going in retrograde. She's going to maintain going forward. We can see that Juno, there is a relationship of the past. There's a relationship of the past right here. Juno is stationing. She is stationing direct. I'm sorry, she is stationing. She's been moving forward and now she is stationing to go retrograde. So it's about relationships from our past. Relationships from the past. Let's go now to the missing event. Missing event with Weston. Let's see. Weston goes missing. And let's look at Japan. Let's look at Japan's chart because that's where I am focusing before I go to the FBI. Hopefully he'll be found before I have to start putting the FBI in there because the FBI is on this case. They are on this case. So he goes missing. It is 8:29 p.m. His phone cuts off. 8:29 in Kyoto, Japan. His phone cuts off at 8:29 p.m. And we can already see during the missing event, here is the things from the past. What was taking place from the past? Well, there was definitely a higher learning, a lot of disordered aggression with conversations. With conversations, the Mercury is in an opposition. Okay, so we've got the health factor with communications from the past when his phone turns off. So I want to focus on the Mercury that is in Gemini when he goes missing. This was May 29th. So this is before Mercury made its way into Cancer. Mercury is very comfortable in its own sign. This is about the power of the mind. The power of the mind. This is mental with communications. Okay. And the sun is shining. We are still in Gemini season. The sun is shining in Gemini. Okay. But this 2440, I want to show you this connection with Japan. This is where I can really teach this method. This is not astrocartography. We are using a radial compass. We are using a true compass, a true north compass. Look at this 2440. 2440. What does this mean? This means that there is a connection with communications with his phone. There is something begins and ends in the ninth house. The ninth house is a higher learning. It's in Libra, so this is about the law. We are not only just a higher learning, but this is another country. This is another country. Something is beginning and ending with this vernal point. And this 2440 is a lot of emotions regarding health, the health factor for Weston. Okay, this is Weston. This is a 2440. Mercury is ruling this entire chart. Why is Mercury ruling this chart? Because Mercury rules Gemini. So Mercury is one that we want to focus on, okay? So I did draw in Mercury, this angle right here with the missing event. And this connection with Japan, I've also got that one in here. So what is happening? with this Vulcanus. Lots of emotions with health. It's in a good standing with Venus. Okay, look at Venus. Venus is right here. Venus is in the 9th house of Taurus. So this is about the tourism, the evidence. This is the evidence. So it's in a good standing. Okay, so I've got that on the map. I've got this good standing. Let's look at the Mercury here. And it is trine Zeus. It's in a good standing with Zeus. So I'm looking for good standings. Okay, I'm looking for the good in the chart with the map. So where is Zeus? Zeus is right here. This is the magnetism with the law in the 10th house. Okay. So this 24 degree is in a good standing with Mercury. And we do have that. We do have that going. He has that going. His parents has it going. And so does Japan have this good standing going on. That's the Ring cameras. That is the cameras that caught him right there. Okay, so this is the good standing. Now let me take you to the map. Hold on, before I do that, let me show you something else in this chart that because this is going to be the second angle. This right here is going to be an angle that we're going to draw out. And we can see that Mercury at a 1201 is making contact. There's an activation. So there's limits and obstacles when it comes to this communication. And the temple, the business, possibly the woods, okay? Possibly the woods, it's hidden. Where's he going? Where's the path? Where's the trail? So this is what is going against Weston and Japan. The other thing that I want to take note is that the moon in the 11th house of groups and other people's money, things that are hidden with the investigation with the groups, this 11th house moon at a 17, this moon at a 17 degree is opposing the teacher. The things that we learn, what we were really learning about where he's gone on the trail. Okay. We are only assuming that he is on the trail because that's his go-to. He goes to the trails, right? So we know that the moon, his mother, the values of the mother, and the Chatgpt is in an opposition. I mean, it is what it is. So there's angles that we need to be drawing here. There's going to be a lot of energy that is, or there was a lot of energy. There will be more energy that is coming to oppose the values of the law. We just haven't gotten there yet. That's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. So here's where we're at. Quickly, that I can tell with this chart. Let's see, what else do I see here? I see something else. I'm not, because Uranus right here, Uranus is squaring the nodes at a 155 in the 5th house. There's a square up here to the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes, when he went missing, as you can see, are a 418. So this is about the community. This is about the organizations, the groups of people where he's been before that's hidden. Huh. Interesting. So Uranus had already shaken Japan up and transformed them. That had already taken place. Let's see what else. 1629 coming down to a 1627. That's 2 days later. It's going to activate. And I think that it is the wisdom about the mother I really do. See what else. It said something about swimming, but you know what? I don't see, even though I just don't see that. This is so mental. And Mars is coming. Look, Mars is going to be coming to Venus and going to sit on that Venus. So let's go to the map. And thank you guys for being here. Let's go to his map now. So this is the Venus. Let me take it out. So let me show you what I've done. I've got this at a 17 degree. This compass is at a 17. This first inner compass is going to be 17 miles out. And then I wanted to take the second one and cover Tokyo. I wanted it to come over Tokyo right here because that's where he met his friend. They had dinner. So I wanted to make sure I covered that. Let me turn on these. That's where he ate dinner with his friend. Let's go down deeper. And I want you to see how this map is working. Okay. I want you to see how it's working just from these two angles that I've drawn, just the two. Okay. Because these two seem like they're very pertinent to this missing event. So we've got Japan's Venus that's going this way. This is where they should find evidence. This is where Mars is coming to, right? So this is going to be a pertinent angle. And it's in good standing with a lot of emotions that is going down here to Fushimi. It's in a good standing. This angle, whether it's going down here into the Virgo or to the Taurus, this should be where evidence is found. Now, this is where he went missing. This is the Mercury, right? The Mercury that is ruling the chart. The Mercury that is ruling the chart, and it's in good standing with the law enforcement and communications. So we're going here into the Minami ward. This is the Libra. And this angle with Libra is in a good standing with the Mercury, the communications, right here. So what do we find here? We find the train station. This is where his phone, from what I've gathered, this is where the phone turned off. So it makes perfect sense that the chart ruler of Mercury in Gemini is going to be going this direction. It's going to be going this direction. So I like the Mercury. I like the Mercury. This Mercury in Gemini is about the power of the mind. It's about not going really far. Okay. Not going really far. If we look at Japan's chart and we go, okay, so is there a 24 in Japan's chart? Is there a 24 Gemini? What is the closest to 24 Gemini? Well, it's their midheaven, but that is not a 24. Okay, so we're going to be in between the Venus and the Mercury that's sitting right here. We would be in between. So we could even draw that. We could, have that. This could be where the phone would be found. Okay. This could be the midheaven, could be where the phone is found. The opposition, though, is the river. Okay. This is a river. This is where if the typhoon took him down through there, he could be found in the river. And it would be days, right? It wouldn't be that long, and he would be found in the river. So there's angles that need to be drawn on this map in a big way. And if we look over to the dark moon, the 1753, we know that the dark moon is not going to go back in retrograde. She's already passed this Saturn. And I can guarantee you that is when they learned about the typhoon. That would have been when they learned that the typhoon was building up and it was coming. This is when businesses would have started doing more protection to, to guard their businesses for the upcoming typhoon. Makes sense, doesn't it? Because the dark moon is going to be reflecting things of the past with a lot of energy that is coming to the homestead of Japan, right? Right. All right, let's look. I also I want to take note of this energy right here in the 11th house of groups, because this is where Jupiter has already made a Jupiter return for the country of Japan. We know that Venus is now here. We know that Mercury is now here. And this 1518, 1551, if I look at the FBI, the 1518. Oh, that's Summer Wales. Hold on. If I look at where's the FBI? Looking at all kinds of, well, where'd the FBI go? It's the new moon. The stuff is starting to look weird for some reason. Okay, let's look at the FBI. Let's bring him back up. I don't see him. I know that the FBI chart's already been pulled, but hey, Mercury in Cancer, it is what it is. Here we go. There's the FBI. The 1518 degree is right here. So Japan does have a connection with the FBI, and it's at a 1518. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. They do have lunar nodes here, and this is the 9th house. So this is about another country. This is Japan. They got a 2703. They got a 328 lunar nodes. There's a lot of oppositions that's coming with the FBI. And let's go back. Let's go back. The FBI. Let's go back. Where'd it go? Here we go. 141. Here is the communications right here with the FBI. 141, and I want you to take note. 141. So the missing event is bringing a lot of intensity. Lots and lots of intensity with the FBI. There's Sedna. There's some type of betrayal and an intensity with the FBI. The betrayal is definitely going to be about him turning his phone off with the communications. But of course, there's other things that are going on with the FBI, isn't there? So we can't just say that it's all about that. Today, the lunar nodes are at a 355. They're coming down to the 328. We're not there yet. The divine justice, she is going to be sitting here, but there's a lot of oppositions that is coming to this 5th house of kids, the way that the FBI creates. So there, they've got a 412. So they would have gotten a lead that come in. They would have been told about him. So by the next morning, by the 30th, by the morning, the lunar nodes of fate would have had a lot of information. Damn. God, I can see this with Nancy Guthrie's case too, but I won't go there. Okay, so let's go back and look at this map. So this is the station that he would have gotten off at. Here is a temple, though. His mother had said something about temples, and so here is a temple in Kyoto that this could be that middle, right? That what I was talking about, that 16. So let's go ahead and draw that for Japan. Let's draw the midheaven for Japan. Let's turn these addresses off. And let's draw that because, okay, so the midheaven is a 16. Well, Gemini is a 60 compass bearing. So we add 16, which is 76. Let's go ahead and go out. Let's go out a little bit. Start drawing them out a little bit. So this is 76. Oh. And let's go ahead and draw that 16 Sag. So the 16 Sag is, like I said, this could represent the river. So Sag is a 240 compass bearing. So we add 16. So that's going to be a 240, 56, 256. And we want to see if there's a river here. So this is Japan's MC in Gemini and IC in Sag. This is a higher learning right here. Definitely a higher learning. Let's go ahead and put this, make sure that this is on. We got to get it right there. Right there on there, right there. Make sure all of our lines are good and accurate. Got to make sure that they're accurate. When you look at this missing, that's accurate. That one is accurate. Okay. So now we've got, let me turn it on the other so we can quickly see the river. So we got a river here. We got a river going this way. So we got the big body of it right here. Hey, Cinderella, aristocrat. Hey, guys, coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Cinderella, Michelle, thank you guys for being here. You don't really know much about this. I did play a couple of videos to get everybody acquainted with this case. If you want to take some time and review it real quick, you can, or you can, Google it and see, get caught up on it. Him and his mama, him and his family had been in Japan for about a week. Him and his mom get into it about Chatgpt. He is an avid hiker. He goes hiking. So we can see that this right here, there's this river. But he took a train from here. This is where he left. Okay. This is the train station that he left. And the train ended up here. At this station on the Mercury line. So it's going to be right here, right? This is going to be the midheaven. This is where the communications, we could find possibly a phone here. There would be maybe a phone here. As he is walking on the trail or going to the trail. Let's see if we can get to the trail here. There is a temple right here. This is a temple. And they visited temples. I'm not sure if this is the one, but I don't know. He could have visited on his own by himself. This is where I'm thinking, this is the hotel. I think that they could have stayed at this hotel in Kyoto. Him and his family could have stayed here. It could have even be on this line. I'm not sure exactly where he stayed. But this right here, this Venus, Japan's Venus, I'm thinking that as Mars makes its way here, there could be if nothing else, there's going to be some type of evidence, maybe even a body. I hope not. I hope he didn't. I hope he made, he's found and he's just needs medical care. And that's if the assumption is correct that he went on a hiking trail. Let's see if we can see what this is right here. This is a shrine. I mean, it's just field. Like, my goodness. I mean, he could be hanging out in here, right? He could be hanging out in one of the shrines or something. Let's see. Just not even wanting to be found. I'm not sure if he had any money on him. Let's see. I don't see where the trails are. This doesn't really look like a trail. Here is a mountain here. Let's see. What trails? What trails they have covered? What trails have the Japanese police searched for Weston? Let's just see. Okay, Mount Ottawa. The heavily wooded trails weaving around this mountain peak on the border of Kyoto and Shiga prefectures. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, here's one. Let's look at it. Okay, so that's, oh, okay. Let's look at that compass bearing and see what it is. The compass bearing is a 96. So that's going to be a 6. It's going to be a 6 Cancer. And I think we just looked at that. That is a 6 Cancer. And look at that. That's right now. It's right now. The 6 Cancer is happening right now. Don't have his birthday. Don't know what his birth chart is. None of that. So let's look. That's happening right now. Let's look at Japan, see if they have a 6. Anything in the, okay, so they have a 2. There's a breakup at a 2. A 209. Let's go back. 209 in Cancer. So that would be actually 60. That would be a 92 compass bearing. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and get that in there because they've searched this area. 92. Let's bring it on out. Let's bring it on out. And let's look at Japan's, because Mercury has just crossed over. There's a breakup with family. There's a breakup with mom. There's a breakup with home. It's in a good standing with Ceres. That's religion. So let's look at the positive. Let's look at the Ceres here. Where is the Ceres at? There it is. It's a 26 Libra. It's with the values of the law enforcement, the values of the law enforcement. And, you know, that second house is ruled by Venus. So we could even see a evidence found here. Let's go ahead and put that up there. All right. So it's a 26 Libra. So we're going to, Libra is 180. So we're going to do 26. That's going to be a 206 compass bearing. Okay. 206. We're getting to the third decan of Libra before we go into the Scorpio energy of 210 compass bearing. Okay, so this is going to be Japan's Admitos in Cancer 10. This is about their public image. Trine series in second Libra. Okay, let's go back down. Let's make sure the angle is looking good. Got to get it right there. Got to get it right there. The FBI, once we draw the FBI, we're going to see that any new news that's going to be breaking with the FBI being a part of this investigation should bring in the FBI line like no other. Like seriously, like no other. Oh, thank you for the flowers. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate the support, guys. Really do. We're on the struggle bus. Okay, so let's look. Let's just look at this one, this angle right now. And so, okay, so this breakup right here, and if this is the mountain, the Mount Ottawa, dang it, and we can't see the trail. Let's look right here. Just to get a glimpse of what the trails would look like. And like I said, I mean, he's a avid hiker. So it's, he would look. I don't think that this boy is unintelligent. He would definitely look at this. But him not having his phone on. So that's the trail. Let's look at another one. Hold on. The nature trails branching out around the historic. Let's look at this. Let's see if we can get this on the map. If I don't already have it on there. Because I have started working on it before I went. Let's see. Temple Road. That's India. This should be it. Okay, so that I've already got that temple. Okay, I've already got that temple there. So he could have went here and been up in these trails up here. Up through here. So that is going to be, that's a 12 Gemini. Let's look at the hotel. It's 19 Aries. It's right there. So the 19 Aries is here with Japan and their Vulcan. Square Mars. It's in a good standing with Saturn, with Uranus, with Pluto, with Chiron. So it does have some good standings here. Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, and Chiron. Damn. So I'm going to be working this map, guys. I'm going to be working this map because the missing, all of the missing, especially our young people, especially the young people, that is really my focus. That is really my focus here. Let's pull up Japan again. I'm really thinking that this Venus line, I want them to search this Venus line. Let's even go up here. This is coming out of the trails, it looks like. Of course, can't read. Don't know what it's saying, but my goodness gracious. Little shed. So this really doesn't look like it would be a great part of town. Let's keep going. I don't see anything right there though. On this line. And this is at 27. This is a 27 Venus in the 9th house. We do know that this 12, we definitely need to look at the Mercury here in Taurus because this is where, let's see where Mars is right now. Where is Mars? What degree is Mars? Mars is a 13, 15 right now. So Mars is a 13, 15. And Japan, so that has already come over. And so Mars is actually coming to this 17 degree in Japan's chart. Let's look and see if we can find another trine or a sextile Jupiter. I like that. Let's draw that. So we're going to draw the 17 and the 19. We know that Jupiter has already come and expanded their Jupiter return. And now Mars is coming to what we learn in the woods about our values and possible, because Mars is going to come here too. So let's go ahead and draw this one because that one is about to be active with the with Mars. There's a major transformation that is connecting at a 1318. The 1318 is being connected. There is an activation. So there's going to be an activation with that Pluto with Japan. Lots of attention on it. So we want to draw that one too. We definitely want to draw that one too. So let's go back to Japan's chart. This 17 and 19, we're going to draw that right now with Jupiter. Hold on, Japan. Missing the address. Let's turn it all off. 17, compass bearing. So 90 is Cancer. So we just add 17. That's 107. It's a 107 compass bearing. All right, so we're going to extend this line out. 117. Or was it 107? Yeah, 107. 90, 100, 7. So that's 107. And then it's the 20, it's the 17 Taurus. So Taurus is a 30 compass bearing. So we're going to add 17. That's going to be 47. It's a 47 compass bearing. Now we've got the angle. We've got a good angle for Japan. So Japan, Selene in the 9th house. Taurus. Let's see. Making sure. Let me make sure. I'm not looking at a square. I didn't, it's not a square, but it's sextile. Yeah. It's a sextile, not a trine. That don't look like a trine. So it's sextile. Jupiter and I think it was 11th. Yeah, and the 11th, and it's conjunct Mars. Look at that, which is in Cancer. So Jupiter has already went over their Mars as well. So they had a Jupiter return, and then Jupiter has just expanded that Mars right here. And Mars is coming to okay. So this is Japan. All right. So now we've got a sextile. Let's make sure that it's accurate in the correct place here as we build this map for this young man who is missing in Japan. Weston, missing from Japan, missing student, Auburn student. Let's go closer. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so let's look at this one more time because this is where Mars is going to come. This is where Mars is coming. Let's go a little closer. Right here. So this is the train station that he got off. Let's see if we can find anything that's going to show us this trail. Okay, we can kind of get close to it right here. Right here. Let's look and see if these are trails. See if we're still in the Oksana. Oh, God. Yeah. And like I said, a typhoon came. It came here. My goodness gracious. That trail. That's why that in that interview, she said that the authorities said that they were up to their chest with mud because of the typhoon. Let's look at this one up here. ABC calm. Okay. All right. So we can definitely see a hiker here on the trail. And I'm facing the line. So I'm facing that line. And that's where I feel like he should be found on this. If he did go hiking, his phone cut off here on the Gemini line, then this is Taurus. Okay. So Taurus is all about, and in forensic astrology, for me anyway, it's where, so on a Taurus line, this is where we would find someone that we are looking for, whether deceased or alive, not hidden, out in the open. This is where we would find evidence of their missing event. Okay. This is exactly where. So, Japan, where there's this breakup, okay, there's a good standing with where they've been here on this trail. There's a good standing. And that's exactly the angle of the Mercury. So, remember, the Mercury is going this way, Mercury is ruling the chart, and it's in good standing with Zeus. There is a magnetism here. So, what I'm proposing is that if he didn't go, if he got here, turned his phone off, and managed to go down this way, come back, and then go down this way to fool everyone as to not be found, this could be a good one to find him on. Not that he would be in the river, not that he would be deceased, but that he would be somewhere else, concealing his identity, concealing his whereabouts. You would think, okay, he's close with his family. There's just no way that he would do that. There's just no way. There's no way. And I want to do this one too, the 19. We just don't know. You know, we don't know the circumstance. We know that he and his mother got into it about something that he's very passionate about, and that's Chatgpt. So we're going to do this Vulcan 19, and it's going to be, there's a lot of squares, but there's also a good standing with Saturn. There's also a good standing with Uranus, and I think I want to do that Uranus, the trine Uranus, right here. Because this 1518, remember, it is connecting to the FBI, I'll bet, in Cancer. Okay, so we want to draw this. This is going to be a 120 compass bearing. Add the 15, that's going to be a 135 compass bearing. Aries is a 0, so you just add 19, that's going to be 19. So we're going to draw a 19 and a 135. A 19 and a 135. So let's do that. 19. Oh. And a 135. Obviously, I don't think that he's out in the ocean, but I'm going ahead and extending that just in case. Okay, so Japan, 11th, Uranus in Leo. This is a lot of attention. It brings abrupt shakeups. All right. So the Uranus in Leo, like I said, this Uranus in Leo for Japan is connected to the FBI. There's a shakeup. Okay. And we've got the square to Mercury. Their Mercury. That is right here. There's a slowdown here. Okay. There's a slowdown when he goes missing. There's a slowdown with the communications that are hidden with his phone. Okay. That is the square. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Where's Vulcan? There it is. So the trine to Vulcan, I think that this is going to be the hotel. This is going to be the shakeup that goes national news. Then the FBI comes in. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. I think that that's all that this angle has to do with, but who knows? I don't know. The 606, this moon is going to reflect the marshals, the United States Marshals that could be doing a lot of investigative work for the FBI. The FBI could also partner with the Secret Service. You know, there's going to be some type of Secret Service. FBI is going to reach out. I think there's going to be a lot of agencies that are going to be involved, especially if he's not found soon. This is not good that he has not been found yet, but this is a good standing. So we've already drawn that in. Trine Vulcan in Aries. And what was that? The 8th or the 7th? That's the 8th. 8th house. It's about the investigation, the things that is hidden. I'm hopeful that he's alive. I'm hopeful that he is alive. But because he was leading with a lot of emotions, I don't know that he would have been, the power of the mind would have been that strong for him when he needed it the most. You know what I'm saying? When he really needed it the most. He should not have been on that trail when he shouldn't have been on any trails when the typhoon came. He shouldn't have been on any of them. The day that he left, there was no typhoon. Okay, so that evening, he should have been off the trail and safe from the typhoon. But where did he go? Did he even go to the trails? We don't know. We really don't know where he went. So this trine with Japan, again, let's see the addresses. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so this could be where they stayed. I'm not sure where they stayed. If they stayed at Hotel Akira Kyoto, let's see if we can find that out. Did he and his family stay at what is that called again? Hotel Acura. Huh. Hotel Acura, Kyoto. Let's see. Let's see if anybody knows where he stayed. Public reports have not disclosed the exact name of the hotel. While specific luxury properties like this hotel are located within the central city. Breakdown of his last confirmed purchases before he vanished. The timeline of this transit from central Kyoto to the station, a breakdown of his last confirmed purchases before he vanished. Updates on how U.S. consulate is assisting. So we want to see if we can find out where his last confirmed purchase, where was, and where is the U.S. consulate, consulate located exactly? Okay, so it was made at this hardware store, so we got it. Okay, so the Conan, let's see if we can put that on here. Let's see if that's going to bring in the evidence that we were looking at. Household goods. Okay, so this could be it. But I want to see, hold on. Okay, this is where the consulate is located. We need an exact address for that hardware store because I'm not trying to guess. Okay, so there's the consulate. And then, let's see. Okay, alongside the U.S. Embassy and the FBI. So where is the U.S. Embassy? What is the address of U.S. Embassy and the hardware store? Again, the hardware store is in, what the hell? Kyoto. Hey, Orb. Hey, Shauna. Good to see you guys. It's address. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so we got addresses here. Let's look and see what this address is going to bring up with our so this is the hardware store. Okay, so that's the hardware store, and then handles local boots on the ground diplomacy for Weston's case. Its address is, okay, now we got that one. Hold on. Let's get that address on the map so we can see what we're working with, guys. See what lines are going to be showing up and showing out. Oh, is that the same one? Okay, so I've already got the consulate there. Okay. Okay, so we got two more addresses. There's that one. Hardware store. That's not in, no. That hardware store is not in Tokyo. He didn't go to Tokyo. Jesus. No. No, 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 no. Okay, so that's the one in Tokyo. Okay, I see. Closest to where is the damn exact address of hardware store? Did I already put it down there? Maybe I did. Has not been publicly named. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's 2. Okay, let's just put both of them. Let's just put both of them there. And I think we'll be able to see for ourselves which one he may have went to. So that's 1. And this is 2. Let's look at it. Well, let's look. So there's 2 hardware stores named, I guess, the same thing. Right there. Oh, they're right next to each other. Okay. Okay. Well, let's turn on our lines. So it looks like it could be that one. Look at that. Okay, it looks like it could be that one, guys. Okay, so look. I'm going to take this one off because I don't think it's that one. I think the line is definitely telling the truth. I think it's going to be this one. This is the one where Jupiter expanded. Okay, Jupiter expanded this hardware. This is a home hardware. So what did he purchase? This would be interesting to know what he purchased there. Okay. And then if he purchased something there, the train goes this way. There's the train station. So he left this train station, comes to this train station, and you would think that it would be right here. Not here or here. You would think that it would actually be right here where that hardware store is. I'm curious if it's going to be right here or right there. Somewhere around here. But anyway, this is where there should be evidence. This is where Mars is coming. Right here on the Selena line. And I think that he was definitely staying there at that hotel. So we do have a shakeup. And if we find him here on this Leo energy, it could be at like a fun place. There's a tunnel. There's a tunnel right here. I don't know. This is just so interesting to see, especially when you're looking for a missing person that's in another country. It's wild, wild. Okay, so let's see if there's not a hardware store right there. Let's see. Authorities have pulled the exact transaction time and location from his credit card data, but they are keeping that precise branch location confidential to protect active search operations and prevent the flooding of specific stores with unscheduled civilian searchers. So they're keeping a lot from the public. Interesting. Okay. So is there not those 2 locations you gave are not in alignment with his travels? Let's see. Come on, search, search, search. You are completely correct. Yeah, you're welcome for catching that error. You're welcome. So it looks like official family flyers and police updates clarify that the hardware store stopped occurred before he took the train to the train station. Weston left central Kyoto, made his purchase in the Kyoto area, and then traveled east to the local train. Okay. So closest to the train station is located by the train station. Now that's what I'm talking about. That should be more like it. So let's look at this one on the map. And thank you guys for being here. I know that this is not a big case yet, but if he stays missing, it will turn into one, and we are already mapping him. So, no, I'm not thinking that that's it right there. I don't think so, but we can maybe because it is closer to the train station, but he would have had to come down south. This is the lowest point. Ugh, okay. Don't think so. Let's look at this one on the map. Hadn't seen you in a hot minute, Orb. Good to see you, babe. That doesn't look like it. Hold on. Well, that's okay. Here it is. Here it is, guys. Okay. This should pull it up better. Oh, thank you, honey. It's really not pulling anything like I was thinking. There is also a pro right next door. Okay, well, let's look at that. My goodness gracious, why is it so difficult? Kyoto. My gosh. No. It must be right there. It's really hard to pull this. So we've got, I mean, we've got several of them that he could have went to, but look, that one's just, it should be that one, I guess. It should be that one or this one. So I'm going to take this one off because that's too far away. Turn off these addresses. So I've got these two. And it would make more sense for it to be that one. This is where their IC is, the lowest point of what they learn. Japan, it would be their lowest point because their lowest point is going this way. And if that is the hardware store, let's make sure. Let's see if it looks, if we can tell if it even looks like a hardware store. Let's look at it. Well, don't really look like a hardware store to me. I mean, I really don't at all. I mean, maybe it, it just looks different in Japan. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I think we've got I'm not going to be able to just find this store. Because of the lack of information, which really sucks. It really sucks because, it's hard for people to really get invested in a case when there's no, when you just don't have that much information. I don't think that this is going to be it because he gets on the train station here. Before he gets on the train station, he goes to the hardware store. Then he gets on the train, right? He gets on the train and he goes here. So he goes to the hardware store first, then goes to the train station. So I don't think that this is going to be it. So I'm going to take it off. I think there's the temple. There's the consulate. Let's see what the consulate is bringing in. That's a 216, guys. Okay, so that's going to be a 6. A 6 Scorpio. Let's look for the 6 Scorpio in Japan's chart. They do not have a 6. They got a 1 and 11. They got a Cupid and Apollo. So 6 is going to be right here in between. That's where the consulate is right here in the second house. That's a 6 Scorpio. Now let's look at when he went missing. There is definitely a 6 Scorpio there. And it is the physician Apollo that brings enlightenment. Okay, so this 6 degree, that's the consulate. And let's look at the consulates. Oh, shoot, I can't make it. Let me see if I can make it smaller. No, I can only make it bigger. Okay, so it's going to be quincunx, the sun. The sun's in Gemini. That was the 6th house. It is trine Venus. It's opposing Mars, which is the train. Interesting. Opposing Mars. Mars is, like I said, it was in Taurus. Mars is in Taurus at a 7 degree when he goes missing, but it's inching up to Japan's natal 9th house chart, where they're going to learn about something. There's going to be some things that they're going to learn. The square Juno, that relationship could be him or a relationship. So I kind of want to do Juno, but the quincunx with the sun, the opposition with Mars, maybe I should go ahead and put Mars in there. Let's go ahead and put the opposition to the physician with Mars. Unfortunately, that could be the deal breaker right there for him. Okay, so we got a 6. We got the 216 compass bearing. We're going to have a 37 compass bearing. So the 216 and the 37, that's what the missing. We're at another missing line as we build this map. Let's go ahead and put our addresses together. Turn those off. We're going to turn the missing off. We're going to put Japan with the Japan. Okay, so the 37 compass bearing is going to be the Mars. This is not going to be a good angle. This would say, oh, he's not doing good. He doesn't have a physician. Something happened and he doesn't have the physician. 216. And this is where the consulate is being opposed. So the 216 right there. Missing event. So this is going to be the missing Mars. 4th Taurus. Opposes Apollo, which is the physician. And let's see, was that 10th of Scorpio. This is about the investigation. The missing is always green on my maps. The state or the country is always blue. And when we put the FBI in, it's going to be a black line. Their angles will be black because they're, oh, look at that. We see a mountain, don't we? We see a mountain already. This could be the deal breaker right here for this young man. I hope not. I hope not. Okay, so we're going to turn everything back on. And we're going to focus on this line right here. This one right here. This is the Mars. There's a lot of warring here. It's opposing the physician, so we can't get to the physician. And I hate that. It's right over this mountain right here. And I wonder if they've checked it. H-I-E-I. H-I-E-I. Let's see if that mountain's been searched. They're currently being searched. Yes, parts of Mount High and its surrounding trail networks are currently being searched. This area is a major focus in the ongoing search for 20-year-old. Wonder where the police department is. We need to put that on the map. It's heavily wooded, steep, rugged. Dense vegetation making well, I mean, at least he would possibly be able to eat from the vegetation. I'm really concerned now that we've got that opposition to the position, going to the consulate and going to that mountain. Not good. Not good at all. We need to see what else. If Mars has a good standing, we're going to rely on that good standing. We'll look. Hold on. We'll rely on that good standing that Mars could have. Why is this not working out? Is that the police station? Let's see. This could be it. Google Street View. Let's see if this is possibly the police station. Well, there we go. Well, I'm not even in the same place anymore. Okay, forget that. Forget that. No. Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's a big talk. I mean, there's a lot of, this is a heightened emotion that's going to be around through August with our family, with, talking about the land and everything. I mean, this is, so that could be the police department right there. It's possible. Oh, this is also an Aries. It's a 357. So actually that is not made it into Aries yet. That's a 27 Pisces. That's a 27 Pisces. Interesting. 27 Pisces. They have a 20, they have a 17. There's no 27 Pisces, but the FBI does have a 27 Pisces, I believe. They got a 2658. There's a breakup with that police station. That's, yeah, there's a connection there. Okay. Guys, this is really concerning that the missing Mars is going right here. Very concerning. So we're going to put a hotspot right there. 7, that's a 7. Okay, so what I am thinking is Mars was at that 7. Okay, then Mars came and shook them up. Communications. The 1347. Okay, okay. Let's go ahead and draw this outer wheel. The 3rd and the 9th. Let's draw that 13 because let me go back to the FBI, the 13 and 7 Taurus. They got a 19, 23. I'm looking at that 13. Okay, I'm going to look at the 13, the missing Mars. Go ahead and throw that here. Let's create a folder for hotspots. And I really hope that Mars didn't pull it in. Hold on. Okay. So we got the hotspot. Let's turn these off because now we are going to draw the outer wheel, that 13. So that's going to be a 30. It's going to be a 43. Add that 13 to that 30. That's going to be a 43. There it is right there. So we got the 43. Outer wheel. And the 210, 223 outer wheel. That's the 9th and the 3rd outer wheel. 9th and 3rd outer wheel for Japan. 3rd outer wheel in Scorpio. And 9th outer wheel Taurus. So this could be things that are communicated that they learn. Okay, this is a higher learning. There could be something that they learn. He could be found at a temple, maybe. Maybe he is found near a temple. Let's see what this is going to bring us right here. Let's turn on the addresses again. So we're going south. We're just a little south. Let's see if that hot spot is still in it. It is. Okay. That's what we want to see right there. We want to make sure that that hot spot is going to bring in if it's just a standalone missing line, angle, why do we have a hot spot? No. We want to make sure that one of the agencies is right there as well. So it would be right through here. Possibly. Could be a sighting, shoot. Let's see if Google Maps will show it. Oh, God. This would be one of them where maybe he reached the road. I don't think so. But you never know. You never know. I mean, we're seeing the tops of these trees, so that's. But I mean, if you're struggling, like he could be, and you hear cars, you're going to try to hike. But man, look at that. The trees, it's the top of the trees. This elevation doesn't look as steep. My goodness gracious. That poor boy. Yeah, navigating Japan, I'm saying. I'm saying. I haven't gone this way. And the only reason why is because if we're going with the story of him leaving this train station, coming to this train station, if he was, whatever he bought here, right? Whatever he could have bought there, if that's where he went, whatever he bought there, we know if he bought something before he got on the train, we know that it costs money to get on the train. So he has money with him. He has money. He has money, he has phone. And we were just assuming that this is the store that he went to. It's their lowest point, the things that they learned that he bought. That could be a no-go. Thinking that he could have stayed here. This is where there's a big shakeup. Let's take, okay, so he came from Auburn University. Let's look at something. Hold on. So was he born Auburn University? Okay, so this is where he is attending college. Hold on. Let's see something here. Let's turn off everything. Absolutely everything. Let's see if we can make it. Oh, shit. So this is a world point. Traveling from Alabama, where he traveled, this is going to be a world point. And I say that because it's a 270 compass bearing or a 90 compass bearing. So going this way, this would be a 90 compass bearing, and going this way is going to be a 270. Hold on. See how it switches? Hmm. Yeah. And man, oh man, that's not good. So let me tell you what I think that means. I mean, this is just my opinion. What that means when we're looking at a world point from Alabama to Japan is something begins and ends. And it has to do with family, with mom, very emotional. And whether or not we're on a 90 compass bearing with Japan or a 270 compass bearing with Japan, the authority is what is in opposition. So I would say that, look, when you're listening to different people talk about the transits and this Jupiter transit, the conjunction with Jupiter, the conjunction with Jupiter and Venus, right? When we're talking about this conjunction, I can go, gosh, this is optimism. Like, this is lucky. Like, this is great. This is great energy. Well, it is, unless you natally have a lot of Capricorn. And then it's not so good because now you're getting opposition. You're getting a lot of challenges, right? Leo, that Leo energy is going to be challenging. The fun, the adventure is Leo. Fun, adventure, publicity, right? So if I think about the Libra, let me think. The fourth house of home is Cancer. So we can go to the Libra, the relationships with the law, Okay, that's going to be a square. The Libra is going to be a square, depending on which degree it is with the Cancerian energy. And the Capricorn. And so that's what we're seeing. I mean, not the Capricorn, but the Aries. So the hotel is on the Aries. There is a challenge with mom and home and the hotel, possibly, if that's where he was staying. So no, I do think he had a shirt on. Yeah. Save the bees. Yeah. Save the bees. So the Mercury is really where it's at for me. I think that is where there's a lot of, it's the chart ruler. So it's all falling back on where he was last seen, where he was going, and we're not going to have any of that information. As this investigation progresses, I think we will, especially if he stays missing. So let's look at that. Let's look at the astrology because, you know, we definitely have a lot of information that is going to be coming. This 2556 with the FBI, Jupiter is going to expand that 25 degree. Let me look at Japan's chart. Japan has a 23 degree. That's the Cancerian energy. Could he be staying somewhere? Could he be staying somewhere? Let's look at the transits. Jupiter is at a 2458. Now look, Jupiter and Venus are going to come. They're going to come in conjunct. Let's see when that is. That's not until, hold on, when is that? I thought I had it down, but I don't guess I did. This major conjunction. Let's look. Oh, it's June 9th. Okay, so June 9th is going to be a big day, guys. Okay, this is going to be a big day no matter who, what, where, nothing. Okay, it's going to be a big day because of this conjunction. Big day. So I see the 2546. Jupiter is slowly going to come to that 2556, but Venus is first going to come. Venus moves quicker. She's a personal planet, so she's going to move quicker than Jupiter. This is what I foresee here. Is this conjunction. There's the United States. Hold on, I'm just working it out real quick. Definitely see some things going on with Mississippi. What else do we see? Things that are going on with California, the state of Tennessee. There's a lot of things going on with the data centers. That's a big, big player right now. We can see that there is a disordered regression with the dark moon with the FBI. I knew I saw that 1505 somewhere, and there it is. So I want to focus on the Sag 1505. I'm going to show you why I'm saying that. Hold on just a second. This 1256, there is going to be limits and obstacles with the state of Massachusetts. There is going to be a investigation actually in Massachusetts. You mark it on your calendars. The investigation with Massachusetts, and the nodes are with New York, California. Wow. This is a big day. June 9th. Woo-wee. Big day. Where's the moon at, you ask? It's in Aries. It's in Aries in the 6th house. Health and every day could have to do with weather. I don't know. I don't think so because if y'all are familiar with the Sebastian Rogers case too, this is going to be a big day on June 9th for him too. Because Chris Proudfoot has his lunar nodes connecting to the FBI. Okay, so what is it now? The 1505. Let me go back. Where was that we saw the 1505? There it is right here. So it looks like the FBI and Japan are not going to be in a good working relationship with this conjunction, guys. I hope that I'm wrong, but it ain't looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. So if he stays missing, okay, if he stays missing, that 1505 with Japan is showing up on the cusp. I mean, I know it's on the cusp, but still, got to take it in consideration. No doubt about it. On June 9th. June 9th, there it is. That conjunction. This is federal. Lots of energy with that 451. 6, there's a consulate. Yeah, here's the FBI again. This is a 412 with the FBI. This is also going to take place. There's going to be more information that's going to come out with Nancy Guthrie's case. Mark it down on your calendar, I'm telling you. And it's going to have to do with California, I bet. This energy that the FBI has with this 412, this is where information is coming in that they're not talking about. And it could be having to do with Tommaso. It could have to do with Tommaso. Could be other players with that, it may not just be solely on him, but this is definitely more information and the communications with the FBI. So I see the FBI in this big time with this conjunction. And it could have to do with any evidence that would be found at Nancy's home, any evidence that would be found with Japan, with Weston. Let's see. So I'm going to keep working it. I'll keep working it, guys. I just wanted to come on here for a little bit and say, hey, some of us are definitely going to be working this case. We're going to be working this map. The last time that I came live, that little boy, 3-year-old boy who went missing, found in the attic, the Mercury, if y'all remember, I said that Mercury, I think that Mercury is going to work out for him, and it did. It actually did. The Mercury opposing the moon in Capricorn was opposing the authority, not finding him. 8 hours. The kid is in the attic this whole time. And y'all searched it a few times, and you went back and you searched, and thank God he was found. There's more to this story. There's more to that story. And I would not be surprised if we hear more about that story, about that missing 3-year-old. What was his name? Tyler Hall, missing 3-year-old Tyler Hall that was found in his attic. How did he get there? There's a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions, and I don't know that we're done hearing about that case. I think that there could be more that's going to come out. I do. And I hope that they find this young man. And guys, let me just tell you something. For those of you that are in the chat now, for those of you that are going to be watching it on replay, let me just tell you something. For the month of June, Jeff told me this last night, and I think that he is correct. He said, for the month of June, you need to offer your services at a discount because this is the summer. People are very busy, but at the same time, with all this emotion that is taking place in Cancer, opposing the Capricorn, he said, I think that you should definitely put out some type of discount. So rather than just saying, okay, everybody gets a discount, those of you that are members on this channel, I want to offer you a $20 discount on any of my readings that are over $100. If the reading is over $100 and you want to get in on a reading, $20 off So a 2-hour reading is no longer going to be 120, it's going to be 100. And it's for you. If you want to get that reading for a family member, for a friend, you have the discount and you can use it for you, family, loved one, whomever. Okay. I want to offer that as a discount to the members because you guys support, and I want to show my appreciation for that support. And I just want to offer a discount for the month of June. Just let me know, hey, I want to take advantage of the discount that you got going on for the month of June, the $20 discount. So in order for you to take advantage of that, you don't go to my stand store. Okay. I don't want you to go to my stand store and book it. I want you to book it through me because my stand store is not going to take that discount off, but I can. Okay. So I want you to come to me. If you don't have my cell number, then email me at jennifertjennings@gmail.com. This is a $20 off discount for any reading that is over 100. So let's say you've already had the 2-hour reading. You want me to map you. Okay. That discount is going to include that reading for the mapping. And if you take advantage of the mapping, I will even take even more off because I know that times are difficult. They are very difficult for us all, you know? So, yeah, I'm trying to, Jeff was like, you need to do something, Jen. And I'm like, you're right. I think that you're exactly right. And thank you, Jill, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for always supporting. Thank you. Thank you to all of you that are always supporting the channel, supporting the great work. I don't want you guys giving if you don't have it, but if you have it to give and you feel like giving, I am not going to stop blessing. Okay. I got flowers to buy for my recital girl this weekend. I've got flowers to buy. Her recital is sold out. My granddaughter's recital is sold out. And I promised my daughter that I would get me and her flowers to give to Lily because everybody last time gave her flowers and we're like scrambling trying to get, some flowers that they were offering there for like $15 or something. I don't even remember how ridiculous it was. Jeff probably does, but yeah. I mean, it's just always, always something that's going on with my granddaughter and all of her regular activities. And this weekend, totally forgot about it that she has a recital this weekend, 2.5 hours away from where Jeff and I live, and I make the trip every week. That's no big deal. It's no big deal. The trip is no big deal. It's just that we are on the struggle bus right now, and we are trying our best to figure out how we can make things better for ourselves and for those that are supporting us with our services. Jeff is an electrician. He has been doing things on the side. He has been given discounts on the side. And he's like, you need to do this too. This is what you need to do for your members. So the members, you guys, for being members, that's what I'm thinking. And if you need a better discount, let me know. If you're on the struggle bus too, and we need to just come together and help each other out, just let me know. Okay. Because, I'm always open to giving anything and everything that I can to help. The mapping is such hard work. It's tedious. But the maps, you don't have to be missing to have a missing map. And this is not astrocartography. This is going to tell you exactly the line that is pulling certain behaviors, certain personalities, certain experiences based on the angle that I draw on your map. It's crazy accurate when you're not missing. And you can see when you're not missing how great the map would work for someone that is missing because you can see it real time for yourself. It's wild, absolutely wild. Yes, we are all on that bus, girl, holding hands, holding hands. Yes, we do have a beautiful tribe here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do appreciate the time, the effort, the attention, the likes, the shares. the advice. I just can't say it enough, just how much I love you guys. And so that's my appreciation. $20 off, not 20%, $20. So that's a big one. No longer is it 120 for a reading, for a 2-hour reading, it's 100. And I don't think that you can find that anywhere else. I mean, maybe you could, but not like an intuitive reading with me. You get the data and the intuition. You can't beat that because I'm an intuitive person. And if you've never gotten a reading from me, you don't know how intuitive. But if you have, you know that I am damn intuitive. And let me tell you something. The Cross of Truths, I stopped doing the Cross of Truths for a while because it was always so accurate. And people years ago was constantly wanting a Cross of Truth reading. And I got a little skeptical because it was always spot on. And I wanted my clients to understand astrology and the tarot and how it coincides with one another. It feeds off of one another because I did a reading last night, this morning, and for instance, the crown of the cross, which I only do Cross of Truths, the crown was indicative of the rest of the reading. All of the reading was cups, and this person is having family issues. Well, the crown of the cross was also Cancerian, coming in with the cups. It's a major arcana. It was a major arcana for the crown. And I wrote it down. Where did I write it down at? It was which one was it? Oh yeah. I don't even know how I could forget. It was the High Priestess. The High Priestess was the crown. Very intuitive, very intuitive, especially with women. So, if you're not able to do a Cross of Truth and you want to do if you're not able to do a full-on reading and you want a Cross of Truth, members, just let me know what it is that you need and you will have a discount this month, okay? All month. All month. Just take advantage of those services if you have it. And if you don't, if you're on the struggle bus too, then don't. Don't. Look after yourself and your family first. Okay? I can say this, Jenn, is the technical term of an intuitive psychic. Her clairs are strong and the energy work is getting vastly strong. So proud of you. Thank you. Yeah, the Cross of Truth is always going to tell you the truth. Friendship too. Yes, thank you, Orbitraction. We love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Yeah, it is spot on. It's always going to be. There's not going to be a Cross of Truth that I'm going to do that's not going to be spot on. It's just going to be magically. It just happens that way, right? It's that magician. It's that magician with the power of the mind, honey. That magician. Anyways, thank you guys. It's been 2 hours. I'm gonna close it out right now. I love you. Really appreciate you guys. Can't tell you enough. Thank you again, Jill. Thank you again for those of you that have given today out of the kindness of your heart. I appreciate you and I love you. All right. Until next time, guys. Peace out.